So, hello and welcome to the New Gig podcast. I'm your host, Glenn Hodgson, and today I'm delighted to be joined by the chair of the Lithuanian Courier and Driver Association, Dalius Rudokas. How are you doing, Dalius?
Yeah, great. Fine, thanks. And you?
Excellent to have you on. I'm very well indeed. Now, Dalius, please take us back a little bit in terms of yourself and your background and the bit about your personal journey and the activities that you're involved in today.
Yeah, so I'll try probably from longer time back. So I was studying in Vilnius University, and after studies, when I finished, it was like 2008, 2009 crisis, So after that, I went just out of Lithuania to work outside abroad. I worked in Sweden in construction,
Mm.
and it was like to work 2 weeks I work there and 1 week coming back here and traveling back and forward like that because like my girlfriend was here and so on. And yeah, time passed, and my girlfriend became my wife, and there was already children also. So it was like time for decision. Where should we go? What should we do? Should we move to Sweden like forever, or should I try to come back? So we decided I'll try come back and try living back in Lithuania. And at the same time, it was like Uber starting there, and I also didn't want at that time like to search for like that permanent job, the office job was like from 8 to 5, so Uber seemed like very good option for me,
Yeah.
and yeah, and at the same time I could fix the time for myself. I could fix my flat, and I can work when I want, and moreover, I was used to have like quite much spare time, when I was working like 2 weeks there, 2 weeks abroad and 1 week back here. So yeah, it was like quite natural step for me probably, and it fitted in the timing also. So yeah.
Well, I think this is important. The idea of fitting in the work and the lifestyle and the other elements of your life and work that you want to sort of bring on board, and yeah, that flexibility which has been for so long not part of the working contract. It's been very much like an 8 till 5, 5 days a week. You can have your weekends, you can have your evenings, but that's the only flexibility that you're allowed.
So yeah, freelancing has its own pluses, that you can fix your time when you want to work and when you can work. So yeah,
And
exactly.
Dalius, what are, some of the other positive elements of choosing this lifestyle or this work style, and maybe some of the negative parts as well that you've experienced, because you've been doing this for a few years now, so you've got a good experience and have a good overview of the way things stand and the way things look.
It's almost 10 years now. So yeah, of course it has, like all things probably in the world, it has own pluses, own minuses. So yeah, the biggest pluses, of course, is like you can fix your time, you can choose your time when you're free, when you can do things. So you do that, and when you want also, maybe you're not in the mood,
Hmm.
But also it's quite positive time, because like I have my friends also. One of my friend have like uh, 3 children now, and his
Yeah.
wife is working like permanent job, that 8 to 5, and when you have many children, then it's like after classes and some unexpected things happening. So we are kind of privileged, you can help in family and you can fix your time. So that is, of course, it's pluses. Also, after time, the longer you doing such work like ride hailing or courier, you start to seeing when it's best to work, when it's best earnings. Maybe it's better like to take rest at a working day, and maybe better it's go to work like on Friday evening and so on.
Right.
So yeah, for some maybe it's like minuses. For me, I like driving. I like driving when it's no big traffic jams, so I
Yeah.
like to go for myself. I
Yeah.
like to go to work like at late time and Friday time also. So yeah, but of course there are minuses. Of course, you must plan in advance. You must plan the taxes you would pay. You must make choices also. How should you do that? Things should you take like cheapest car and having that lowest category, in ride
Mm.
hailing, or maybe you should invest more and I don't know, buy bigger car which have like 7 seats, or
Yeah.
maybe have some comfort in it, so you'll have better tariffs, better category. The same comes to couriers also probably. Should you do your job like with a bicycle, or should you use the car, or should you
Mm.
maybe rent a car, not to buy a car? That is also a possibility. You would earn less, but at the same time you'll have less of risks.
Yeah.
But yeah, but being flexible is like yeah, very important. I can remember, I can go back to the like COVID times. At that time I was doing mostly, before that time, I mean, I was doing mostly ride hailing.
Yeah.
And yeah, when COVID started, that quarantine started, of course, that first week I sit at home and what should I do, and then later maybe will come out and try ride hailing, but it's
Yeah.
not passengers at that time with ride hailing, so it's like minus, yeah, but at the same time, I think, but why shouldn't I try that courier job, courier work? So
Yeah.
yeah, I switched to that, and that was also helping very much. Also, it was like very good earnings that time, and when you yourself are flexible, you can adjust the earnings in and like that. You choose one time, you choose one specific work, other time you choose do others. So yeah.
So it leaves it open to you like that. And I think it's important what you say about the idea of you learning. You know that if it's when is a good time of the day. So maybe you can take the airport or things either later at night or early mornings. Maybe if it's raining or if it's in the middle of the day, more food courier
Yeah,
projects and jobs are more interesting. So you get sort of your own plan of how the busy and the best times are.
yeah, of course, there are like people even in ride hailing and couriers who like try and like to work like from 8 to 5 also. Of
Mm,
course, you can do like that also, but probably you'll get like lower earning per hour,
yeah,
doing like that. But yeah, like me myself, yeah, I know at night it's, of course, it's always airplanes coming, and then people want to come back home, somehow.
yeah,
So yeah, it's almost the only way to take a cab and go home.
yeah,
Yeah, and the same goes. Yeah, at one time of my life, I was doing like that. I was doing like in the morning, like from, I don't know, from 7 to 8, 9. I do ride hailing. Then it's because
yeah.
there are passengers, who going to work. After that, in the middle of the day, it's not so much ride hailing passengers, but
Yes.
hey, but it's good time for couriers because everyone ordering food, home to the work. So yeah, doing food, and after that in the evening again, you can do ride hailing. So yeah, it's for you to choose if you want to be flexible, and if you can be flexible. But if you are flexible, you earn more.
Yeah.
So yes. But of course, not for everyone. Maybe it doesn't fit for everyone, and it's not for all situations, not for all people. But yeah,
Mm.
but I like that.
Well, exactly. And Delius, how do you do it in terms of looking for the tasks and the projects? Do you have like all the apps open at the same time, or how do you kind of plan it to sort of find the opportunities and find the tasks that you're looking for?
Yeah. So if for ride hailing, I working through 5 platforms. I can work from through 5 platforms.
Yeah.
But usually, of course, you choose like 2, maybe 3 platforms, and you can connect to all of them at once and wait for that first order incoming. And
Yeah.
when you get that first order, you disconnect from other platforms and And yeah, and again, if you, when you make that take that passenger out, then you again this can connect to that three platforms again. So in that working, if you're working like that, of course there would be like less free waiting time,
Mm.
so you'll get order at least any order faster. But if it's like good time, like it's Friday evening, then you can choose the platform which offers the best earnings, because it probably would be anyway much orders incoming. So you
Yeah.
choose the one who offers the better pricing at that time. Yeah.
And you
So
can
yeah, but
and you can choose yourself like that, and you've got the opportunities to arrange yourself how you want. And how does it
yeah.
work in terms of the practicalities of things like insurance and these kind of issues, Dalius? How do you cover off these angles?
Mm. So yeah, for a car, of course, you must have that oh, insurance for the car itself,
Yeah.
and for like if you are courier, you some platforms offers additional insurance if you got hurt, for example,
Yeah.
or Uber. I don't know if they still have, but they had if you your new child is born, you can get like I think it was like 1,000 euro. So it's
Okay.
also like part additional, like I don't know, insurance you could call it, or promotion or whatever. But yeah,
Mm.
so yeah, they are part of insurance. You must make your own. But again, some chooses like even for ride hailing, like I said before, some can choose like rent a car, which will have already insurance, which will be fixed by the renter. But,
Mm.
I do myself. I have my own cars, and I fix them myself, and then have insurance myself. Yeah.
I see. So that's a way around that. And then also the things like sort of private savings and things like that, pensions. That's something you have to think about yourself as well as doing your taxes. It's
Mm.
something that you have to sort of keep a track like anyone else in terms of how much time you're spending, the income that's coming in, and
Mm.
how to make sure that the administration is looked after.
Yeah, you see, in here in Lithuania, every self-employed must pay taxes. It's mandatory to pay for like pension insurance,
Right.
for sick insurance, or so. When you work, if you, I don't know, you don't try to cheat. It's nothing to cheat. All it's online. You get all payments like to the bank.
Yeah.
So you pay taxes, of course, and if you pay taxes, of course, you are insured already in those, and pension. I mean, in sick leave. If you, I don't know, your child is sick, you and also get money out from the government insurance also. So,
Yes.
but of course, you can have extra also. You can have extra insurance for if you get hurt, or so on. Yeah.
Mm. So these things are covered from that perspective. And in terms of sort of planning your day and your week, how far in advance do you do that, Delius?
It depends again on depends on the week
Okay.
for me at least, because sometimes yeah I want to work this week intensively, so I know I now I do mostly ride hailing, so I know that
Yeah.
morning is good time, evening and night is good time, middle of the day maybe not so good, so yeah, you can go out in the morning, and then rest at least a little at home, and go out later. But sometimes it's like uh, can be like a very fast decision. How say you say you see it's raining outside. Okay, so that time would be more orders, so you just connect, or you can check the app again,
Yeah.
and see if it's because again with ride hailing is if it's high demand, the prices raise up, search price, and that you can see on the app. So if it's search outside in the city, yeah, you can go and work at that time also, and
Mm.
earn extra per hour. Yeah.
And over the past almost 10 years, you've seen a lot of changes as well. But what are the biggest biggest developments in both ride hailing and the food delivery side of things? Is there more people involved? Is it becoming easier? Do people understand the sort of the services and what's requested of them to be able to carry out projects? As people on both sides get more familiar, is this making the whole thing easier, Dalius, would you say?
Yeah, of course. It's anyway. It was growing from the beginning, and it's now it's quite a big thing, and it's like everyday life thing. It's like really many people like know that if he wants to go from A to B, it's easiest
Mm,
way. You take a cab through ride hailing, and it's fast and convenient also.
yeah.
So yeah, it grew all the time probably, and now it's a big thing, and of course there are more and more people working that, but of course there always how to say should be balance between demand and supply. So
Yeah.
that's a thing also. So for I don't know, now you could probably it's too much couriers doing the core thing, and with ride hailing it's more or less balanced probably.
Mm,
but, but
yeah.
but again that changes time after time. At COVID time it was like super too little couriers and too much orders, and so yeah.
Well, completely. But it's something that's now on both sides is becoming more standard. And I think that you mentioned the sort of the COVID-19 period. It's very, very important because that was the time when people were getting used to the certainly food deliveries and the ride hailing. It went from being something that was kind of niche to something that was mainstream. And now so many people rely on these services on a if weekly, if not daily basis in certain cases. So these things have come from being something a little bit sort of on the side to something that's front and center in everyday lives and everyday communities, certainly around Europe, if not further afield.
Yeah, exactly. That's everyday thing, everyday. Even it's even songs sometimes now. Or it's thinking about something. I take a bolt, or take a Uber or
Yes.
something. So you from that you can see it's yeah, it's popular, and but that's the thing because it's convenient. It's
It's
and
convenient.
yeah,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
and and for ride hailing also it's positive thing because before ride hailing, it was like quite I don't know how it's elsewhere, but here it was quite much of it like more or less black market or gray market. Not
Very
all.
often.
Yeah, it's not all earnings was declared to tax
Yeah.
administration, but now with like this ride hailing, it's all income is seen, so it's getting whiter also with that. So it's also one of the positive things too. Yeah.
Well, I think so. And that's an important element that you raised there because, yeah, this was one of the sectors that was known for being all black money. It was all cash. There was very little receipts, or if there
Mm.
was, it could be sort of changed very simply. Whereas this was all sort of now it's in the app. The payments is very, very clear with the invoices, with the receipts from both sides. It's all electronic, and it takes away the fraud and the lack of due process, which was a part, sadly, of the whole sector of the whole branch.
Yeah, but of course there always can be done more. It's
Yeah.
like for now, like I said before, you must pay your taxes yourself. You must
Mm,
how to say save that taxes because we pay once a year. All the taxes for a year.
yeah.
So that's kind of tricky for someone for some people. But again, it's only for government to decide. It's possible probably deduct some or part of the taxes, like take 10 or 15% of earnings which you get through platforms and withhold it and for that courier or for ride hailing driver so he can use that money and pay his taxes so he
Yeah.
don't have to save for himself. So but yeah, it's that for future thinking,
Mm.
which what could be done more, to help people. Yeah.
And Dennis, do you think it's enough is being done by the governments, the policymakers, to allow this style of work to be able to flourish and expand, or is there still a lack of education and understanding, and therefore barriers to prevent people from making the most out of this new form of economic activity?
Yeah, it's hard to say. Of course, it's everyone always wants to be better and wants to get more attention, of course. And
Yes.
but
Yeah.
yeah, now we see a directive is also coming, and we'll see how it ends up. Because, like I said, it should be. Because the main attractiveness is anyways like you that you can choose your time, when to work, and you can choose the things how you should do, and you can choose now, I don't know how you want, like I said, rent a car or buy cheap car, or buy, I don't know,
Yeah.
expensive car, and earn is that more expensive car more, and that all is now available and possible when it's like freelancing method, and it's hard to say how that would work if it was like uh, employment, which
Mm.
sometimes we also hear that maybe that should be employment, but for many people that won't work also, so that should bear in mind. And of course, it's always should be willingness to make things better, not to make things
Mm.
worse. So that's what I would want for
Yeah,
near future.
for yourself and the sector. And we see more and more the growth of freelancing, building your own company, having more freedom, choice, and flexibility in terms of employment. Why do you think this is an increasingly interesting and attracting lifestyle choice? Is it because of all these elements of being able to decide over your own time, over your own future? Is this something that you're seeing more and more people are getting interested and attracted by, Dalius?
Yeah, of course, it's yeah, being able to choose your own time. It's like very, very important. But of course, there are like very different stories. Again, there are
Yeah.
students who maybe work between sessions, after when we have their spare time from university. There, I know I have one. I know one older man who is like in pension already. He,
Yep.
he lost his wife, and he doesn't have any relatives, so he goes out for ride hailing, just like to communicate with people, not
Yeah.
to be alone. So
Yeah.
there are like really, really different I don't know, things why different reasons why people choose this, but yeah, but being able to choose your time is very important, of course.
Absolutely. And it's certainly, when we look at the figures, it's certainly something that is growing in interest and growing in popularity. And it's like you say, it's younger people, but it's also older people as well. There's not just one specific part of the demographics that this applies to. It seems to be much more broad, much more interesting for a larger number of people as time goes by.
Yeah, of course. Different situations, different people. It's from like I said, from students to pensioners, and yeah, yeah, it's. But for me again, I like driving myself too, so it's also like
Yes.
a hobby, this extra income. So why not?
Exactly. Well, I think if you can make something money out of your hobby or something you enjoy, that is surely the key to happiness and satisfaction in terms of how you set things up. I think it's probably one of the worst things is if you want to be doing that, but you're stuck in an office job, 8 till 5, 5 days a week, not feeling fulfilled, not enjoying the activities and how you're spending your time. Surely that's more of a tricky and less rewarding way of living your life.
Yeah, exactly. But of course, earnings is also like very important. It's not like only fun, and not for everyone, but only
Yeah,
fun. But yeah, it's again, the longer you doing this kind of work, the more you know
yeah,
when to go out and how to do things and how to work, and you can choose again different specifics, different. You can make your own decisions again how to
yeah.
work. Yeah, so it's gets the kind of freedom feeling also. So yeah,
Oh no, it's absolutely crucial, and as more people demand that over the traditional benefits of work, career, promotions, all these kind of elements that came through from the 1950s, 1960s, I think it's much more of this work style which is changing. Is becoming much more of an interesting element for a broader range of people.
yeah, exactly. And I don't know. It's of course, like I said, there can be can there are things that can be done to improve those people. I don't know, insurance, but again, it depends on the country. Like I said, in Lithuania, it's quite the system is quite good. All self-employed people are mostly insured. They don't have only insurance if they lose their job, but here it's
Yeah.
nothing to lose. There can be more orders, less orders. But on all other kinds of insurances, like pension insurance and sick leave and everything, you can get that. But of course, there are things also you must bear in mind that you must save yourself for holidays. It's no holiday money like in employment.
Yes. Yeah.
So
So there's more freedom and flexibility, but there's also maybe more uh, weight on you as an individual to make the choices, make sure that
mm,
you do the proper planning,
yeah.
so that things work out as well within that.
Yes, it's more planning, but I don't know. It's for some it's minuses, for others it's maybe plus, and you can save that money and use that money at once, and invest at that. I don't know, do whatever you want. And with employment, you work like 11 months, and only then you get money for your holidays.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's a
it's
different approach. But I mean, just looking at the figures, more and more people who choose a more open talent, freelancer lifestyle, they seem to be happier. And there's very few people, once they try it and get into it, who want to go back to a traditional 9 to 5. It seems to be something that is attractive to a broader range of people and more individuals over time. It's the lifestyle of choice.
Yeah, and it's like good example with couriers, like if you want to work like to do that courier job, you can do it like self-employed,
Mm,
but there are also companies where you can get employed and work through them, but it's
okay.
almost none people choosing those companies. It's I don't know, like very big majority chooses to be self-employed instead.
Yeah.
So that's probably shows a lot also.
No, I think so. But Dalius, it's fantastic that you were able to come on and share some of your time, share some of your experiences. And of course, good luck with the now, but also into the future as well, in terms of the developments and making a living wage and a career out of this. I think it's fantastic. And it's great that you're sharing your thoughts, because this is really so important for others who can listen and take inspiration for the future steps that they're thinking about.
Thank you also, Glenn, and it's always good when people are interested couriers or ride-hailing workers, and it's always good to talk about things, and maybe someone who listening you maybe also
Yeah.
will decide to try it, and who knows, maybe they will like that.
Exactly. It's giving it a try is the big thing. But Dalius, thank you very much indeed, and speak again to you soon.
Yeah. Thank you also. Bye bye.